Alright, I forgot to turn on the camera, but that's okay, because we're not going to be looking at the screens or the camera right now, but we are going to talk about something that I said I would review, and I realized since I reviewed it, maybe we should all go through these together, and that's the YouTube Community Guidelines rules. There's two sets of them. You got the copyright ones, and we got the community guidelines ones. And I wanted to address both of them. And I chose to use, for this sake, the simplest, easiest page to understand. Okay, now, this page is pretty straightforward. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm going to say that this is the easiest page to understand. And if you've been on YouTube long enough, you may or may not remember the rules. Because they change, and we want to make sure that we don't run afoul of the rules, and at least we can't say it wasn't because, if we did, at least we can't say it was because of lack of understanding. Now, as I said, these are the simple versions. There is a more detailed page of rules, which is more scientifically sophisticated in lawyerese, but I'm going to keep this simple for this channel. The reason I made a live stream is because this poor Mac doesn't have a lot of room to store a iMovie file, and I didn't want to go through and try to wrangle it just to record a video, just to talk about the rules on the screen. So let's go through this. The page I'm using here is up here. It's on youtube.com/YT about policies about /sharp community guidelines. Now, the sharp part means that it is a subsection of the page which is called policies. So if you really wanted to, you could go back to policies directly, and that way you don't have to deal with it within the document anchor. Well, I'll show you how to do that in a little bit if you're really into that. But let's go through this here. Here are some of the common sense rules that will help you stay clear of trouble. Please take these rules seriously and take them to heart. Don't try to look for loopholes or try to lawyer your way around the guidelines. Just understand them and try to respect the spirit of which they create. In other words, don't try to find a way to work around the rules and think you're going to get away with it. Especially with the new bots, they are really, really in control. Okay, so because of that reason, you violate these things and, well, you're offline for a period for anywhere from 90 days to indefinitely. So you don't want to go there and violate these rules. So I'm going to go through these page in a order, slowly work my way up. I'm trying to get my scroll wheel work here on my mouse so I don't have to go through and repeat myself. Oops. Yeah, I hate when it does that. You dirty screw. Okay, remember I told you about the page layout. So here's the rules. I'm going to go through these really quickly. Okay. Hateful content. Okay, now it's actually a little further. Let's go back to the top here. And the text, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that we can all read these together. And this way we all know what the rules are, so you don't have to take what I say as gospel. Okay? Now, I'm going to start with the first one. Nudity or sexual content. YouTube is not for pornography or sexually explicit content. If this describes your video, even if it's a video of yourself, don't post it on YouTube. Also be advised, we work closely with law enforcement and we'll report child exploitation. Okay? Harmful or dangerous content. Don't post videos that encourage others to do things that might cause harm to them or get badly hurt, especially kids. Videos showing such harmful or dangerous acts may get age restricted or removed depending on the severity. Okay. There we go. Hateful content. our products are platforms for free expression, but we do not support content that promotes or condones violence against individuals or groups based on race or ethnic origin, religion, disability, gender, age, nationality, veteran status, or sexual orientation, gender identity, or whose primary purpose is inciting hatred on the basis of these core characteristics. This can be a delicate balancing act, but if the primary purpose is to attack a protected group, the content crosses the line. Alright, so now we understand that. Okay, violent or graphic content. It is not okay to post violent or gory content that is primarily intended to be shocking, sensational, or gratuitous. Logan Paul, anyone? If posting graphic content in a news documentary context, please be mindful to provide enough information to help people understand what is going on in the video. Don't encourage others to commit specific acts of violence. Okay, you know what? I'm going to be honest here. It's up. That's why I wanted to read this. I said something on Cringe Report yesterday. It could really potentially give me a 90-day strike if I really am not careful. So let me be honest about that. I don't want to do violence against anybody. But like I said about the cat killer story, that really just, oof. Let's just put it this way. Should I give myself a 90-day strike now, or should I just wait? Or, you know, I don't think I really meant to cross that line, but you know what? It's pretty close. You could do that even without meaning to. Again, it has to do with intention. What was your intention? So let's go. Here's something. They got one of my users in a bit of a sticky wicket with me. Harassment and cyberbullying. It is not okay to post abusive videos and comments on YouTube. If harassment crosses the line into a malicious attack, it can be reported and may be removed. In other cases, uses may be mildly annoying and petty and should be ignored. Okay. Unfortunately, it's right on the edge of the screen here. Spam, misleading metadata. And, let's see. I might have to shrink the screen down for a little bit for this one. This is a little long. Okay. So, okay. Spamming, misleading metadata, and scams. Everyone hates spam, unless it comes from Hormel and in a can. Like you can eat, that is. Words provided by me. Everyone hates spam. Don't create misleading description, tags, titles, or thumbnails in order to increase views. It is not okay to post large amounts of untargeted, unwanted, or repetitive content, including comments and private messages. Okay, so in other words, don't act like those solicitors from Nigeria are trying to get you to sign up to their scam. Just stay away from it. Threats. Things like predatory behavior, stalking, threats, harassment, intimidation, invading privacy, revealing others' personal phone information, and exciting others to commit violent acts or to violate the terms of service that are taken very seriously. Anyone caught doing these things may be permanently banned from YouTube. See, this is where they got Alex Jones in a sense, because of the several things here, which is an issue. Okay, and of course reporting the issue, what's going on with the media, has made things harder for him and for everybody else. Copyright. Respect copyright. Only upload videos that you have made or that you are authorized to use. This means don't upload videos you don't make or use content in your videos that someone else owns the copyright to, such as music tracks, snippets of copyrighted programs, or videos made by other users without necessary authorization. Visit our Copyright Center for more information. We're almost done, guys. And then we're going to talk about some of this stuff. Privacy. If someone has posted your personal information by uploading a video of you without your consent, you may request removal of the content based on your privacy guidelines. Impersonation. Now, this gets interesting, because we'll explain in a second. Accounts that are established to impersonate another channel or an individual may be removed upon our impersonation policy. Child safety. Learn about how we protect minors in the YouTube ecosystem. Also be advised that we work closely with law enforcement and we report child endangerment. Additional policies of a range of subjects. Let's click on those because it doesn't list them here. And some of these may actually not surprise you. Some of these may, but I'm going to go through this list here. Vulgar language. Some language is not appropriate for younger audiences. Uses of sexually explicit language or excessive profanity in your video or associated metadata may lead to the age restriction in your videos. Now, this isn't really a community guideline, but this next one does affect if you have created a YouTube channel and you forgot all about it, or maybe you didn't really think it was important, you just want to abandon it. Inactive accounts policy. In general, users are expected to be active members, so within the YouTube community, if an account is found to be overly inactive, the account may be reclaimed by the YouTube without notice. Inactivity may be considered as not logging into the site for at least 6 months, never having uploaded video content, not actively partaking in watching or commenting videos or channels. See, now Lumi ran into that because she still has her channel because she just logged in to refresh it. But you need to get on your channel every 6 months. And that's if you want to keep your channel active. Of course, you're just going to go ahead and keep posting this, keep the same information on there, never changing. Your subscriber base is going to basically go right down into the dregs. So yes, you are going to want to create new content as we go. Encouragement of terms of service violations. If you post content that encourages others to violate the terms of services, the content may be removed, your account may be penalized, and in some cases your account may be terminated. Now, in this case, this video is trying to do the opposite. This video is trying to show you what not to do, how to actually stay in compliance, and I'm only doing this because I feel it's important. Well, what's been going on with the latest YouTube policy changes, you may not have known what they're doing. So therefore, to refresh your mind, maybe you haven't read the terms of service, in my case, since I agreed to them 8 years ago. So this is actually important for me to refresh this. Now, before I went on the air in this video, I actually did read these beforehand. So at least I know what's going on. Age requirements in Google products. Please refer to the article Age Requirements of Google Accounts to learn about the age requirements for YouTube. Okay, now let's talk about that. There's a lot of people that are younger people that are on YouTube. And, yeah, I know this is going to screw up my network, but it's okay. Here we go. Lower the minimum age requirements to manage your own YouTube, own Google account. In countries where Family Link is available, parents can help the children create and manage a Google account. When a child reaches their country's minimum age, they can manage their own accounts. Find the country's age requirement. Okay, now there are different countries of different ages. So I'm in the United States, so I'm going to go ahead and pull. Okay, but it says here, for all countries not listed below, the minimum age to maintain your own Google account is 13. Note, these requirements may not be applicable to G Suite users, including accounts in G Suite for education domains. So let's take a look at the North American continent. Let's see what it says about the United States. Okay? It says it's 13 and on. So in other words, it is the same as the general age guideline. Now these rules, service specific requirements. Some Google services have specific age requirements. Here's a few examples. YouTube. When a YouTube video has been age restricted, a warning screen is displayed and only users who are 18 and older can watch it. Google Payments. Most forms of payment are restricted to users who are 18 and older. For age requirements for Play, gift card, redemption, check your country's terms of service. AdSense is 18 plus. AdWords is 18 plus. Okay, now this one is interesting. Disabled account due to an incorrect birth date. Cross Google services if you enter a birth date indicating you are not old enough to have a Google account. Your account may be disabled. If you incorrectly entered your birth date, learn how to re-enable your Google account. Now, why would that be important to say? Sometimes people do make mistakes. Some people, maybe they somehow, because of their eyesight or maybe because they're in a hurry, they clicked on the wrong year. So that made them, in this case, younger than 13 in the United States. It does happen because it always seems to start with the most current year and then it goes backwards. But if you're in a hurry, you may not scroll down far enough to get to your year. In my case, 1968. So if I was basically in a hurry and someone just clicked on the very last year shown on that selection screen, which probably be something like 1978, then obviously I would be in the error and I wouldn't be too young, but still, you can correct that if there's a mistake. If it's an honest mistake, you can correct it, and they will not penalize you. Now, I want to go ahead and I'm going to read some of your questions. And let's see, Mr. Laugh, where are you going over the guidelines? Last night, Mr. Laugh, when I realized that I didn't really know if I was in violation or not when we were talking about the cat serial killer and when I said I threatened to kill him. And I felt that maybe I need to go over these guidelines because so many people have, run afoul of them. And even though I've been on YouTube for 8 years, it's been so long since I've read the rules that I wanted to refresh my own mind because I don't want to get a copyright community guideline or any other kind of strike because of my lack of memory of what the rules were. In other words, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So in other words, in this case, ignorance of community guidelines is no excuse. So I can't say, now, I do not review the terms of services because now this video not only proves I read the terms of services, but it also shows others what they need to watch out for. So that's the reason I'm reading this, because we keep seeing people getting held in contempt of the community guidelines and wondering where they went wrong. So these guidelines will help you and myself to make sure that we stay in the straight and narrow. That's the reason I posted these. Now, we also want to talk about something also from Alex Jones. Now, I was going to play this video, and I probably will still play it, because he originally said that he would like people to share his video with people on the sources. But the only problem is the video is over an hour long. And I'm not going to play the whole hour-long video. So I'll just give you the 411 instead, because it's late. Everybody's going to want to go to bed sometime. He has been found to be innocent of the allegations in the Sandy Hook trial. In at least one case, he has been found not guilty by the judge. So that's actually pretty interesting. Since I can't play it, and he did say that I can play it on his video. Let's go to his video. And he has some introduction stuff at the beginning, kind of like special effects and things like that. And so let's get this started here. I rewound the tape to where it gets good, and then we'll get started on this. This here is called Exclusive Texas Court Dismisses Alex Jones from Lawsuit. And I'm not going to play the whole 59-minute and 43-second video. I mean, I could, but there is a realistic guideline. I want to get to the main gist of it and not cover every last firecracker. So let's get started.
That the press is not the enemy of the people. The press is not the enemy.
skips even on the non-live stream. So, is there any way we can change the resolution on this? Nah, not really. Alright, so basically, let me just go ahead and just explain it. Alex Jones was found not to be guilty of the civil lawsuit against him. He was found not in any guiltiness. A copyright lawyer, which was reviewing the judge's statement, said the good news is it proves that you are not guilty of violations. So the case has been thrown out of court. So that's a pretty good thing, because I'm really, kind of glad to know that Alex Jones, in the case of the Sandy Hook civil case, has been found not guilty. So that case was thrown out. But there was a few other cases, including the ones from the school system in Florida. I think that he's also being kind of found not in violation of as well. So, and that's a pretty big reason right there why we need to be aware of what's going on in the world and how everything's changes our lives. I'm sorry I can't get this thing to play consistently, but as well as I do, even if I could get to play consistently, you really want to watch an hour-long video? Actually, I want to see it, but I watched some of it when I was cooking that pizza, so let me see if we can get this to play at all. Come on. High definition video. High definition disaster. I'm surprised that Scene doesn't have the option to go to a lower grade video as necessary. Alright, well it doesn't, so. Alright, so anyway, the point is that I wanted to make sure that we are in compliance. But unfortunately for me, I can't actually check your I put my face on the video because I forgot to initialize the camera. I mean, I can initialize it, but then it's going to split the video into 2 parts, and it's not worth it right now to create a video for 2 parts, because that would totally extinguish the whole point of having the video at all. So I hope that by reading the rules that you now have an idea of what to avoid doing to get yourself in running afoul to YouTube's policies. There's more detailed rules in those quick terms of service. There's actually a whole nother section that covers things like paying companies for false subscribers, troll accounts, and creating fake views, which can also result in your channel being terminated. So yeah, you want to make sure you want to keep in compliance with the rules, because that's just the best way to go about it. So for now, since obviously I can't do much else right now, I'm gonna let you go, and let's not forget that I'm gonna be looking forward to talking to you real soon. So for the time being, I just want to remind you to get the end credits here. Yes, I still do have the pre-automated end credits. But unfortunately, they're... Okay, let me cut this over here. The stop. Let me cut the screen over here. So at least we have a screen here. Alright, so like I said, I hope that this short, quick, and dirty little page will help you to avoid any unwanted experience with YouTube. And even for long-term accounts, we really should review the terms of service, because they do change, and you may have forgotten something. So if you want to stay out of trouble, review the rules just to be safe. I don't need to get a copyright ban or a community guideline ban, because I simply did not know about the rules. At least I can say I now have read the rules, even on the simple one-page summary page to tell me what is and is not kosher. So for time being, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay out of trouble, okay? Bye-bye.